This was the opposition's biggest chance yet to defeat Erdogan, having in mind that Turks struggling with soaring inflation and reeling from twin earthquakes. What went wrong for the opposition?
The problem was the government machine flexed its muscle and mobilized Sunni conservative Turkish nationalist voters across Anatolian provinces. Turnout rate was extremely high across the board, and I think it really contributed to Tayyip Erdogan. Maybe with a more popular joint candidate, the results would have been different. Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, the opposition candidate, is a 74-year-old politician. He has already been defeated by President Erdogan in previous elections, and maybe had the opposition gone along with either the popular Istanbul mayor or the popular Ankara mayor, the results would have been slightly different.
It turned out that it's not always the economy stupid. We always think it's the economy stupid, right? We think that bread and butter issues would carry the day, and the opposition tried very hard to focus on economic issues. The price of onions, for instance, became a very big deal in Turkey. The price of bread, the price of meat. But at the end of the day, the issue that carried the day happens to be the polarization ability of Erdogan. He was able to polarize the country on nationalism, on national security issues. He portrayed Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu as someone in bed with Kurdish terrorism.
Analysts say that Turkey will be closer to autocracy and away from a representative democracy. Are you afraid that journalists or political leaders who opposed Erdogan will end up in jail? Could we see Imamoglu having Demirtas' fate?
Yes, I am really concerned about Erdogan trying to marginalize Imamoglu from the municipality of Istanbul. Imamoglu has already faced an unfair court sentence. He may be barred from politics, he may be banned from politics. And Erdogan, after winning this Sunday, probably will start campaigning for municipal elections. He wants to take Istanbul back.
As of 2015, Turkey can no longer be classified as a representative democracy. Yes, we have regular elections, but these elections are unfree and unfair. So I don't think that Turkish political system satisfies even the basic requirements of a democratic regime. I think you're right that probably one of the first moves that Erdogan will contemplate taking in the next few months will be the political ban case against Ekrem İmamoğlu, the current mayor of Istanbul. İmamoğlu remains very popular vis-a-vis voters, particularly in Istanbul.
The parliament that emerged from the elections is the most nationalist and one of the most right-leaning in the 100-year history of the country. Does this worry you?
It does worry me because the Turkish parliament is now under the control of a very right-wing majority, and the solutions to Turkey's problems in foreign policy and domestic politics does not require more nationalism. It requires actually more democracy, more liberalism, more freedom of speech.
In a wider spectrum, will Erdogan continue the two-faced policy regarding West, having close ties with Russia and support Ukraine, blackmailing NATO so as to ratify Sweden's membership, or weaponizing migration crisis?
Most likely, if Erdogan gets a strong popular mandate in the second round of the presidential elections, I don't think that he would have any incentive to change his current foreign policy. In fact, he feels, and probably rightly so, that he has benefited from this almost neutral foreign policy that he followed. I don't think that he's going to clearly pick a side. Rather, he's going to negotiate separately with both parties and try to gain concessions. And he will probably use the migration issue as a leverage vis-a-vis the European Union. Probably at some point he's going to allow the admission of Sweden into NATO in exchange for some concessions, particularly from the US government.
What should we expect in terms of Greek-Turkish relations? Could the economic crisis in Turkey drift the agenda to revisionism and a high-scale rhetoric again?
It may be the opposite. The economic crisis in Turkey may lead to Turkey demanding help from the West, from the International Monetary Fund, and the International Monetary Fund will require structural reforms in Turkey. So Erdogan, I think, will realize that more saber rattling over Greece, over the Eastern Mediterranean, over the islands, will not improve the Turkish economy. For the Turkish economy to improve, it needs foreign direct investment.